Hello everyone, in this video I will show you our new product. And you can see this is KinCony F8 Smart Relay Controller, and we have designed F16 and F24, and this is similar as before version, just it's a 8-channel version of removable relay controller. So this made by the ESP32-S3. It also have many different software can be used that support use Tuya app and Home Assistant application and Arduino IDE and Apple HomeKit, and also support multi-protocol integrate to different systems such as the Loxon mini server system and other systems, because that support different protocol such as HTTP, MQTT, TCP, UDP, and IS-485 Modbus. So this will be very flexible, integrated to any other system. And in this video, I will show you this hardware design details and the software solution, how it works. Okay, let's look at this hardware design details first. Okay, let's look at this is F8 controller. You can see this is in front and this is the back. This also support install on the DIN rail. You can see that just install by this way, so you can install in your power distribution box. This is for DIN rail, and this is size. We can look at this is 8-channel version, and you can see this is F16. So this F16 also is very popular. So this you can see the size is smaller. The size is smaller, and also you can see if you want the large version, this is very big. This is F24 that have 24 channel input and 24 channel output. You can see this is the longest, and this is the second one. This is 16, and this time we have designed this 8-channel version. So you can see this is the size compare at here, and the function is similar as this different version, 16-channel version and 24 version. So this is just 8-channel version. So you can see this 8-channel and this 16-channel and this 24-channel. Okay, now I will show you these details, and I will open this aluminum box. And let's look at the interface, and you can see this is 8-channel relay output. Every channel you can see that have common, normal, open, and common. Every channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And this one you can see the digital input, 8-channel digital input for 0 volt or 12 volt or 24 volt. This board also have two different versions, 12 power supply or 24 power supply. If you want to buy, you need to choose which power supply version you need to buy, 24 or 12 volt. If you have used 24 volt, so this digital input max support 24. If you have used a 12 volt controller version, so the digital input max work with the 12 volt. So it according to your power supply. And this one you can see that have an Ethernet port, and this one you can see that have an extended antenna. You can connect with your extended antenna or your long antenna cable and connect it here. That is for Tuya antenna at this position, and this one is for ESP32-S3 board. So this is for ESP32 Wi-Fi antenna. I prefer use the Ethernet. And this one you can see that USB-C cable download firmware at here, and 2 buttons just for ESP32 reset and ESP32 download button. Actually, you do not always need to use this download button. And this you can see that have a socket. The socket you can connect with this RF receive model 433 MHz. You just connect it here, so that will be easy. So that you can use this RF remote. You can see use this RF remote with FDD command to control output and make some automation locally. So this is for the RF module, and you can see here that have an SD card. This is SD card. The SD card you can install by yourself. If you have prepared this SD card, you can insert at here, so that the KCSV3 firmware will save this logo file to SD card. When relay is on, when relay is off, the date and the time all will saved at this SD card by text file. So you can open it and monitor your controller when it's on and when it's off. And you can see at here, that is power. This is the power supply. The power supply, this terminal and this terminal also is removable. You can see, you can remove it and connect with the one and plug in back to this circuit. And A and B is RS485, and analog input 2 channel is 0 to 5 volt, and 2 channel is 4 to 20 milliampere. So it's for current and for voltage different analog input at here. And this is free GPIO you can use. You can define by yourself, such as connect with sensor or connect with other device. This is free GPIO at here by ESP32-S3 board directly. And you can see this is relay indicate, LED indicate, and when it's on and when it's off. And this have a push button. This have a toggling switch. So this is a manual control button. So that work without any software, without any firmware, just a physical control this relay on and off. If the controller is bad or broken, or network is broken, or firmware and software is broken, you can also use this manual control button for on and off your relay manually. This is LCD screen. Later I will show you how it works. That will show you IP address of Wi-Fi and Ethernet, and also that can display the sensor date and the time. All we showed at here. Okay, this is in front, and this is back. This is back. Let's open this box. Okay, for screw, and then we can open this cover. And this cover you can see also made by aluminum. So we have used a laser print to print this label. It's very beautiful, and also support OEM to replace the KinCony brand for you. If you want to make OEM service, you can contact with us. Okay, we can look at our video how we print this label on this aluminum shell. Okay, you can see that is very cool to print this label on the cover. And let's look at this PCB board inside. This is display, and this is manual control button board, and this have a top PCB. You can see that is a PCB, and this one you can see it's removable relay. If your relay is broken, so you will be very easy. You just remove it and change your relay. This relay that used by 12 volt, 16 ampere. If you want to use by 24 volt for use board, you just replace this relay. So the PCB is seen for the different power voltage. You just replace different voltage of this coin, so that the board will work with a different power supply. And let's look at, you can see this is 2-YA module. this is a TUYA module, and this is Ethernet chip, high quality W5500 Ethernet chip. I can let you see clearly. So you can see this is Ethernet chip, and this is ESP32 module. The ESP32 module we also use S3. That is high quality and high speed. Also use N16R8. So this have a very big PS RAM and flash RAM. So enough for your project, you write your code or used by KCS will be stable. And you can see this antenna and 2 button and USB and TF socket. Okay, let's open this, remove this board. Okay, you can see I have removed this switch board, this LCD display, and this is switch board. And let's look at this hardware and design details. IS485 circuit, and this NTC protect circuit, NTC, and this is high quality DS22 and 21. This is RTC clock chip. This is battery socket because we send this product without battery because we use AirPlay. So you can see this is the battery, and the battery just installed at this socket. So you can see this is the battery module CR1220. So this is the battery module. And for save the clock if the controller is power off. Okay, so you can see this one, the PCB, and we can open this screw and let you see the PCB another side. I have removed this side parts and get this PCB out. You can see I get this PCB out. Let's look at this F8 high quality board. This is the back, and this is in front. This is optical circuit for digital input to protect the input. Okay, so we can install back. Okay, you can see this is install complete. Now I will show you the software solution with the different software how it works. We can connect with this power supply. We can see the power supply socket. I can connect with it. Okay. I have used this cable and connect with this power supply for testing. Connected here. And this I will test with the TUYA app. So I connect with this power antenna by TUYA. Just this place is TUYA. You can also install another Wi-Fi antenna by yourself. And for the KCS software, I prefer to use the Ethernet, just the DHCP mode. So connected here. So you can see that have connected with Ethernet cable and the Wi-Fi antenna and the power supply. Now I will show you how it works with the software. Okay, let's back to my computer. And I will show you the different web software solution. And you can see this is our KinCony web page that have showed the F8 relay controller. You can see the picture and the input and some hardware resource details. You can see it here, and the software solution, and the link for ESP32 I/O pin define, and the ESP home YAML file, and Arduino source code, and KCSV3 online guide, all at here. And this have different photos, and actually you can check with our form, KinCony form. So in our form you will see that have a room for the F8, because you maybe you will use F16 and F24. You can see this F8, and the F8 you can see the I/O pin define at here for whole F8 controller, and this ESP home YAML file at here you can download and directly to use. And this YAML file will let the board work with Home Assistant and work with Tuya at the same time. And this you can see the Arduino source code, every hardware resource, how to use in Arduino IDE. Every demo you can see the source code and the bin file and the source code zip file. You can download by yourself. And first you can download the KCSV3 firmware, and you can see the KCSV3 firmware we will release at here. And you can see the newest one is the top level. You can see the V3.9.2. You can click and you can see that will have a F8 you can download that have different controller version. You just download by your module and download by ESP32 by USB-C cable. Okay, now you can see the first we will test with the Tuya app. And you can see if I power on, because I have already downloaded the KCSV3 firmware to this board, and you can see the LCD should welcome information. And this time you can see that have a Wi-Fi IP address for ESP32, and the Ethernet will show at late. The Tuya is offline because it's new. I have not configured. And you can see this is the Ethernet IP address we can log by web border 3.2128, and the Tuya is offline. And you can see this yellow LED is blink. That is Tuya LED indicate. So that is prepared to compare with the Tuya. So you can see I can use this Smart Life or Tuya Smart. In China I use this one, and you can also use this one or by this one. Both will support this F8. And I can open this application. And you can see that it auto-discovered the KinCony F8, because this make sure you have enabled this Bluetooth. The Bluetooth will scan your device, and I just click Add. And this is your Wi-Fi load SSID and the password, and I can click Next. So this will be begin to prepare. I just wait for a moment. Okay, you can see that have added successfully. So you can click down. Okay, that is the KinCony F8. You can back to home page. That will show this KinCony F8. So I can click. You can see if I click this one of this is channel 1, and this is channel 8. Channel 8 at here, channel 8. So this is very easy to use Tuya mobile phone application. You can see now I have used this Wi-Fi. If I disable my Wi-Fi, you can see I disable my Wi-Fi. This time I have used the 5G. So you can see I can also press this button, turn on relay 4 and turn off relay 4. This also is very fast. You can see this is Tuya remote control by internet. So you can see the Tuya mobile phone. And also I can switch to Wi-Fi and 5G. It's very easy. Okay, this is how to use Tuya mobile phone application. And the next, I will show you how it works with the KCS firmware and work with the Home Assistant. Okay, let's go back to my computer. And then next, I will show you how it works with the Home Assistant, because the KCS V3 is very easy for integrate to Home Assistant that support auto discovery by MQTT. And you can see we can log in our web page because I have used the Ethernet IP address showed in LCD display. So I can use the default username admin and the default password is admin to log in the web service. And you can see that is F8 controller, that is 3.9.1. This is freeware version. You can download from our phone. And at here you can see the monitor. You can see the Tuya is connected because we have already used the Tuya application. And you can see that you can configure by your sensor or configure by your analog input sensor and work with this different protocol. And you can see this is digital input and this digital output. You can see if I turn on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is work with the KCS firmware. This used in local network. Just log in by this IP address in your local network. You can log in by Microsoft PC compute or Apple, Macintosh, Mac compute. Also, you can log in by your mobile phone. So without install any software, just log in by the IP address by web browser. So you can see if I share this Tuya application, you can see I can put my mobile phone at here. Now let's test the KCS firmware. You can see if I turn all off, and you will see the Tuya mobile phone application also is all off. So you can see if I turn on KCS firmware at here, channel 1, you can see this channel 1 is on. If I turn on channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, this is state feedback and state update. You can see I can turn off. You can see the KCS also is turned off. I can use the Tuya turn off, turn off, turn off. So the KCS is also turned off. Okay, so this is work within local network without internet. And also you can use the Home Assistant. You can see if you click protocol, you click generate, and here showed the MQTT for Home Assistant auto discovery is very easy. And then later I will show you how to use the KinCony card, because if you don't want to use the Tuya mobile phone application, you can also use the KinCony card service that can remote monitor and remote control by internet. The most important is the KinCony card server. You can remote control by your compute, by your web browser on compute. So that will be easy to manage multi different controller in different places. Okay, let's look at how to integrate to Home Assistant. You can see this is my Home Assistant dashboard, and you can see this is my device. My device all have listed here. You just check now. F16 and no F8, no F8, because I want to show you zero code, zero config, no any config that integrate to Home Assistant. And make sure you have installed the Mosquito MQTT broker on your Home Assistant. So you just make sure you have installed the Mosquito MQTT broker at Raspberry Pi or server, because I have used KinCony Server 16 Raspberry Pi controller, so I have installed the Mosquito and based on the Home Assistant software. And at here, you just enable it, and the device name you can set to F8. It's by yourself. Maybe you can set the first controller or second controller or third controller. It's by yourself. The name by yourself. And the broker address is the MQTT broker address. Because I have installed the Raspberry Pi, so I just fill the Raspberry Pi IP address because I want to know the IP address. I will load my loader, and I will to find the IP address. So you can see this is the Home Assistant I have installed is 3.1.07. So I just fill it here, MQTT, this IP address, and the broker part. You fill this one is default. It's according by yourself because I have used the Mosquito by the 1883 port, as default. And the username also I have set. It's very easy because this set by my mosquito book. So you can see I just click save, okay, and we'll reboot and wait for a moment. We'll back to Home Assistant and the device and just refresh this web page. You can see I can refresh. You can see this is F8 that have auto discovery without any config in Home Assistant. I just have config these settings, so only just these settings, and just enable, and you can see that here we can click F8. You will see this have 8 channel relay output and 8 channel digital input and 4 channel analog input. Because I have not connected with my sensor. If you have connected my sensor in different GPL, you can see the sensor. You can config totally 32 sensor by one F8 controller. You can set what sensor you have connected, and just if you have used the DS18B20, you can set the GPL which GPL you have used. Because you can see the GPL. You can see the GPL right here. You can see this is free GPL. You can connect the sensor right here. So you just set the sensor which GPL you have connected. And also you can use this IS-45 temperature sensor. So that will be support more than 200 sensors. I think it's enough for you to use because you can set the address 1, 2, 3 until 254. So this is enough for you to use. And let's back to Home Assistant. You can see this relay. You can see I can turn on relay 1. Let's also we can also see on my mobile phone, and you can see this turn on relay 1. And the Home Assistant turn on relay 2, relay 3, relay 4. So you can see now it's work with the Tuya mobile phone application and the Home Assistant application at the same time. And also we can look at the KCS monitor. You can see this 4 channel is on. So you can see my screen by this way. Let it become smaller. And you can see if I turn on 5, you can see the 5 is on, and the Tuya 5 is on. If I turn off 5, turn off 4, turn off 3, turn off 2, turn off 1. So you can see Tuya is off, and the KCS is off, and the Home Assistant is off. So all state by different client, different application will update the state at the same time. And also you can see this is digital input, and we can also test it with the digital input. And you can see this is digital input. We can test with digital input 1. So I can use that twice to shut with digital input 1. And also you can see my Tuya mobile phone application, that is digital input 1. So you can see if I shut this digital input 1 to ground. So I shut with this to ground. You can see the Tuya remote monitor, the digital input 1 is enabled, is triggered. And you can see in my KCS firmware that is enabled, turn green, and this in Home Assistant is on if I don't shut. So this is back, and also this is off, this is off. If I shut number 2, and you can see the number 2 is triggered, and this you can see the number 2 is on, and the number 2 is turn green. Okay, so you can see the state of the input, and also you can connect with analog input with different voltage or current, and all this will update the state. Okay, so this is integrated to Home Assistant very easily. If you have connected with the sensor, so the sensor will list at here automatically without any config. Just you configure it in KCS firmware, Just you configure it here, sense it here. Okay, let's look at the next. You can see that generally we also can enable the KinCony cloud. If I enable the KinCony cloud, you can use your web monitor. Okay, you can see if I use the KinCony cloud service, you can see there are many controllers you can manage by one web page in compute. That will be easy for remote monitor and remote control relay on and off. So that will be easy. Okay, and also you can see there are different protocol MQTT. If you enable this one, that can support in connect to your own cloud server by MQTT. Not must connect with the KinCony cloud and not must connect with the Home Assistant. You can let it connect with your own cloud server on internet. And this you can see HTTP server and TCP server. Which protocol you want to enable, you just enable, and or disable. So that will be very easy. Okay, so this have support different protocol with a different application. And also you can see that can customize define different protocol. You can see different TCP, UDP, IS-45, HTTP customer protocol when this for if DDT then command or if DDT for if condition. So this can integrate and communication with the different product easily. Because that have support if DDT function, you can edit and what if condition at here and then command at here. This if DTT is work in local ESP32 without any network, without internet. It can work well, no problem. So let's look at this is KCSV3, the index web page and the import. You can change the level, reverse the level. The high level is for Trago or low level is for Trago. Just you can convert it here. And the output also you can set the different output config for hold on or for delay. If you have set to the delay, that will auto off after some times. Just you set it here. And this is interlock mode, so that will be used for motor, used for curtain, so can protect the relay, protect the motor. Because you want two relay not work at the same time, you just set this two relay 1 and relay 2 in interlock group 1, and this 3 and 4 relay interlock group 2. You can see group 2, so that this channel 4 and channel 3 relay will not all on at the same time. If some relay is on, and will auto off another relay. This also is this way. If you set to 0, that is disable the interlock mode. So each channel relay you can set totally 4 group of interlock group. Okay, this output and this IF. The IF you can also learn this IF signal very easily, so that you can use your remote to control this relay on and off. You just can click to learn if you have installed this IF receive module. So that can make the if DTT let your IF sensor or IF remote work with the relay output. And the sensor we have told before, you can see the different sensors that have support I2C sensor, IS-45 sensor, and GPIO sensor, all supported in KCSV3. And the network that is used by DHCP for LAN and the Wi-Fi. If you want to use the Wi-Fi, you can set to SDA mode that install the Wi-Fi SSID and the password for ESP32-S3. But I prefer use the Ethernet. Ethernet will be very stable than Wi-Fi. And next you can see the protocol and also support the Apple HomeKit. The Apple HomeKit, you just define how many channel input, digital input you want to use for the binary sensor. You just click enable, and you can input your name, such as door sensor, and window sensor, and gas sensor, smoke sensor by yourself. So this will show in Apple HomeKit, and also support the voice control by Siri and by this Apple HomePod. So this can voice control for the speak. And also you can see the output. Also you can set how many channel of relay you want to use. You just enable, and choose the name, and that will show in Apple HomeKit application in mobile phone. And the DAC, because this board no DAC output, so this no this option. And the ADC that have used for the sensor in Apple HomeKit. So at last you just click this enable the Apple HomeKit, and this pair code will show in Apple HomeKit application. And you can see this is Luxon system. Also, you can integrate to Luxon mini server by this UDP command, and all protocol at here as before. So, and the last is the system. You can set the 10 room and the 10, because this have RTC chip. So you can set the date and the 10 right to the chip, and will save the clock if you install the battery when the power is off. And some settings you can set it here, change your username and the password for this login web page, and this restart the board, reset the board, and restore factory. If you all settings changed or want back to manufacturing setting, you can press this button, restore factory. Okay, so this is KCSV3. It's very powerful. And also, if you have some different product want to choose, you can click the KinCony web page, and you can see this have a product selection plan for. It's very useful. If you don't want 8-channel version, you can choose other different channel. You can see all controller have showed at here. This is F8. This is F8. So you can choose by yourself at the left window which CPU have used and how many digital input and how many digital output. You just choose at here, and you can just click show all. That will be listed at the right window. You have selected the condition by yourself. So this will be easy to choose product by yourself on KinCony's web page. Just at here. Okay, so you can see this F8 that can support different protocol and different application, and also support you write your code by your Arduino IDE or ESP32-S3 development tool. So it's very easy and flexible, and also used by the removable relay. So if you have any questions, you just post your questions to our forum. We will feedback at this forum very fast. Every day we will look at the questions and the feedback at this forum. Okay, if you have any questions, you can leave a message to us. Thanks for watching.